Okay, Reggie, before we get into today's segment, is there anything you want to talk about?
Okay, yeah, shout out to the Scorpio gang. I know it's still y'all birthday month, so shout out to you guys. Don't forget to go and support. And John to post that up. We got the sweat tops in for the big guys and the small guys. But, we just, that's something new, the big guys. The sweat tops over there in our shop for some t-shirts. And lastly, but not least, John, I just want to tell y'all, and I'm not here, I'll never be the one to tell you how you should vote. I'm voting Democrat. I'm a Democrat. But please, y'all, a lot of people, especially you of color, there's been a lot of people that lost their lives, and there's a lot for you to have the opportunity to get out and vote. And a lot of people that has fought for it. There's a lot of people that can vote. So I'm not telling you who to vote for, what party to vote for, but at least get out and vote. If y'all don't listen or take anything from Reggie Wright, do that. If you're eligible to vote, vote. Other than that, let's get going, y'all.
Okay, so this week it was big news that a guy by the name of Courtney Burgess testified for the grand jury, stating that he has videotapes and that he has the real transcript of Kim Porter's book. And he went over, apparently, after he testified and did an interview. I'm not sure if you saw this, and if you did, if you have any thoughts or feelings on anything he said in his interview after he testified.
Yeah, Courtney Burgess. That's the gentleman, him and his attorney, Miss Mitchell, is the ones that I told y'all about 2 or 3 weeks ago. That was the gentleman that I told y'all that has showed some screenshots on FaceTime to his attorney and that they were shopping around. I said they were blackmailing people because I still believe that they were, she kind of said she was just trying to sell the tapes to different people. And so they won't be exposed to a few A-list actors or actress. She didn't say which one, actor or actress, but she said an A-list person. She also now understands that they have, or he have saw, and we'll get more into that, 8 different people on some different tapes that were in what he said, his words, victimized positions. And I believe he's really saying that because he felt they were under the influence of something or drugged, is why he called them victims and not participants. Now, he do said that definitely 2 of them were underage at the time of the tapings that he saw, and they were boys, young boys. And he said possibly a third one. He's not 100% sure on that person's age. This is a person that originally I had problems with. Me and John had talked about a week ago, and I had told John, quite frankly, I think this dude is lying. He's making up shit. But after this week, after he went to the grand jury, and he did, once you go to the grand jury, you got to change your tune. You better tell the truth. Because I tell you, they would love to indict people that go and lie before the grand jury, especially somebody like him. I do think he's lying about one thing, because he says that he don't know who the female is that was Kim's friend that gave them the book and the footage on some type of flash drive. He said he only know the boyfriend. So he pretty much telling, even by admitting, because he had to tell who the boyfriend was, that Kim was, Kim's friend. That Kim entrusted the book and the flash drives to. So it's going to come out. Somebody's going to be coming before the grand jury, because he definitely had to divulge who that person was. If not, he better shut up and get off YouTube and go somewhere and hide. All right. So we know that person, that guy, minimum is going to be, if not, will be sometime next week going before the grand jury and telling who this particular female is. because y'all got to remember, they talking about kids at a grand jury. This is not no civil shit, y'all. This is criminal. So that will be getting investigated more. We'll be hearing more about this coming up. I guess their attempt to extort that one individual must have fell through, because I'm sure they would have said it was 7 people and not 8 people. But so I've told y'all, it's getting serious, y'all. For them to keep talking about A-list celebrities, man, it's going to be interesting. The only lie that I have Cardi, man, after all of them, is I do know he know who that female is, but he gonna make the guy, the boyfriend, divulge that, is apparently what's happening. Now, there's some rumors that all his locations got raided and all of that. They cleared that up in an interview that I heard on Newsweek or Newsbreak. I forget the name of the channel. I think it was Newsweek, where she pretty much said, no, it's just the U.S. Marshals came to the house because they really wanted to talk to him. She didn't get specific and say if they searched the house, because of course you want to find the flash drives, right? Especially if he's not turning them over. Because originally, we know he had possession of it because he showed it to the attorney. But now he's trying to say, oh, I just saw him. I don't have possession. So he got a little bit of problems, but of course, that was just attorney talking, and that was just talking on YouTube. Can't go to jail for that. But if he get caught lying to the grand jury and they find out that he do have possession of those flash drives, then he's going to have some problems. And so it's going to be very interesting in what happened to him. He's somebody that's been around the industry, working in some management and artist development places at some small labels. Shit, I have been here. I heard this gentleman's name way back in the mid-90s. So he probably got 25 to 30 years in the business of being around that, that type of atmosphere. I think he's from Atlanta or somewhere like that. I don't know. He comes off as, originally, I'm going to be honest, I thought he was lying, making up shit, exaggerating. I knew once that attorney came on about 3 or 4 weeks ago and said that she saw FaceTimes of that he was going to be getting subpoenaed to the grand jury, which he did. Y'all go back and listen to my video. Y'all see I talked about that female that had a client that was, I called it extortion, that was extorting an A-list client or A-list celebrity. And I talked about that particular. And so now he's subpoenaed. So he done definitely had to talk about it. If it's kids, y'all, if it's kids, like he's saying, and that's not even the kid that's claiming, that me and John will talk about later this week, that was claiming to, got sexually assaulted for in his audition at the making of the band, or one of those, not the making of the band, but that's the 16-year-old that said that. It's a 10-year-old or 9-year-old that talked about what Diddy did to him when a talent scout brought him, to the room. We'll talk about that later. But, man, y'all, all you people that's in the comments that defending Diddy, and y'all being too hard on Diddy and this and this, I don't know. Don't know what to say. I know we supposed to say innocent until proven guilty and all of that, but, man, we got to protect our kids, man. We got to protect the kids. And we got to protect people that are sick like that. They need to be put away. And we need to be protected from them. Y'all see what happened to that boy, that white man that did that crazy stuff to that little baby when he went to jail. What they did to him once he got convicted. Yeah. That's what needs to happen to motherfuckers that's playing with kids. Sorry for those of y'all don't feel the way Reggie Wright do. But that's how I feel. But anyway, we'll get back to Mr. Burgess. He's going to be a big witness. He's going to be a source for the government to get to that female involving that was friends, because it was a friend. It was a female that Kim Porter turned that book over to and those stuff allegedly. And if we find out any of this stuff to be true, because that female, she gonna have to surface up. It ain't nowhere to hide. It ain't nowhere to run. And why should she want to if she was a friend of Kim? And if any of that stuff is true. So y'all stand by. Y'all stand by, because y'all gonna learn it's a lot of smoke right now, but it's gonna be some fire. Man, I was saying Christmas time is gonna be bad. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people that ain't gonna be around for Thanksgiving. Maybe even Veterans Day. But we'll see. We'll see. You have anything you'd like to add on that one, John?
No, I just wanted to touch on you testified for the grand jury and the Tupac case. So if somebody testified, my question is, if somebody testifies for the grand jury, are they allowed to go out and do interviews talking about it like this guy is, or do they kind of tell you to keep quiet from your history and your experience?
Yeah. It's a misdemeanor crime if you go and talk about the questions that they ask you and what did you, what you talked about and all of that. But you can tell them, hey, I went to the grand jury. I talked about it. This is the subject and all of that. You just can't talk about specific things that has been talked about. That's why it's some clowns on YouTube. This motherfucker that got carpet on his head, and this snitch that been before the fucking courthouse that's been having a lot of opinion about my grand jury testimony that I never really respond to, because they just making up shit and throwing shit out of their asses as they do. But you can't really talk about what you said, why you said it, and all of that, but you can testify that you happened, that you went there and all of that. And so you just can't go into specifics and say the questions that were asked. Even though the grand jury testimonies has been on Keefe D matter, the one that I testified, had been released. Once they got released, then you can talk about stuff and then you can deal with it. But, once they got released, it was old news. Who cares? Who cares? But that would be, to answer your question, yes. Right now, because we don't even know they could be invested. We don't even know who the other 8 celebrities are. If he went up there and exposed that, then he would have problems. If he said this person, this person, this person, this person, then they would be like, okay. Because now you're giving heads up to those persons that, hey, you might be getting arrested real soon, or you've been getting investigated. So he couldn't go and say stuff like that, but he can definitely say, hey, I testify, and this is what I testified to, but he was very vague. Even the news agency that reported it was smart enough to say, at the beginning, the first thing she said is, we're not naming names of alleged people that were victims or alleged suspects. We're not doing that here. And that's why she specifically said that, because she would have loved to be able to throw out names or make him throw out names on her channel. But she knows that they would have problems.
Okay, Reggie, so news came out that there was a altercation at a club between Diddy's sons and Ray J. Did you hear about this? And if so, do you have an opinion about it?
Yeah. I was online with the exposures when it started coming out. So I was on the phone with Wack when he even learned about it. Ray J kept that shit real quiet. It was like the next day when we talked about it on exposures and got a lot of coverage on the Shade Room and stuff like that. But so yeah, I'll be lying to say I heard about it. Yeah, it's funny to me how Ray J is walking it back, but I think Ray J is being smart like me, where if you know something about the habit of somebody, you ain't getting me on air talking shit about it, because I know how Ray J is. That had to piss the fuck off of Ray J. Now, there's an age gap between now. the Combs sons is what, under 30, and Ray J is what, about 40, 42, 43 now. So I get why Ray J kind of feel bad about messing with them, but Ray J has known the young guys because he knows their daddy very well. So I'm sure he'd have been out there with them. Now, some may say, well, maybe Ray J is doing that because, they were so mad at Ray J because they know Ray J was at some of those parties with him. And then Ray J made a joke because Ray J is trolling right now. It's so obvious to me that Ray J is out here trolling because of some interviews that I have seen him do recently that's been very questionable. So that would be my take. But these dudes, man, these young dudes, man, they better slow down. They got to understand their daddy is fighting for his life. And it's better to fight for your life on the streets than it is behind bars. And so everything that they're doing right now is jeopardizing their daddy's freedom if they really care about him. I kind of wonder if they really care about him because I have seen some articles recently online where it appears that the one that Wax saying that they saw with that likes to fuck on transgenders and all of that, Christian, is trying to fight the mother now over some, say over who's in charge of making the decisions, which is funny, which I think is just somebody that wanted to write an article because Puffy is still have the ability to do that. Now, the good thing about it, if Puffy was on life support or something like that, then that may be an issue. Puffy is still able to talk and make those decisions, which I think he better get in line real quick and decide who he's going to have in charge. Because you don't want your 80-something-year-old mother, y'all would say, his 80-something-year-old auntie, but hey, if he called her his mama, that's his mama. I don't even know why y'all even saying that. But, so if Janice Combs shouldn't be in charge because she's too old. So he do need to make and decide which kid he wants in charge. I know Christian probably think he should be the one in charge because he know his other two brothers, don't have none of that Combs blood in them. He knows that. So I understand why he feels that way. All right. But we'll get back to Ray J. Ray J playing it smart, in my opinion, by not wanting to talk about it. Wack said he got a truce with somebody, T. Capone, who's real cool with the Combs and that it won't be any issue anymore. So I'll let that stand there. But learn from what Ray J did. It's obvious Ray J been listening to his boy Reggie Wright. And from his times around Death Row, when he said, if you got a problem with somebody, if you really got a problem with somebody, shut the fuck up talking about him. Because even if you do decide to do something to him, he's coming back to you. And even if you don't, or you didn't do it, he's going to come back to you when you're out there talking shit about him. I always tell y'all, niggas you fear is the nigga that says, oh, okay. A nigga ever say, oh, okay. To me, I'll be like, all right. All right. The nigga that, yeah. Oh, niggas, you ain't worth a grape to me. You ain't gonna bust a grape. But a nigga that say, Reggie, that's how you really feel, Reg? Yeah. Then as y'all always say, Reggie scared, that's the nigga I'm scared of. And that's how I do it. But he was with a boy, White Boy Dave Weintraub, the guy that I brought to the game. He used to work for me at Death Row. It's who he was with at that party, Big Dave Weintraub. And that's all what I'm saying is Ray J know, and I'm sure he learned that night, he got to stop rolling around here solo, running around with the guys that at least have one nigga that's with him that's with the business. And Ray J, stop always running to that backpack.
Ray, no, Ray.
I've seen you on video 2 or 3 times trying to get to that backpack. Stop it. Everybody know. So find a new place to hide that little thing, which get it out of that backpack. But that would be my advice, man. Those homeboys better slow down. Or they could be purposely trying to get their daddy in trouble. But hey, haven't heard much about Quincy, because we know when you look at that audio with Quincy, when Puffy was taking phones, that showed me right there he didn't trust Q. Because he said, nigga, I know you got 2 phones. Give me your second phone as well. That's somebody you don't trust when you call them out like that. You call your own son out to be like, where's your second phone? You got 2 phones. Give me that. You ain't taking that second phone to this party either. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting just to see who Puffy decides to trust. And I just say that to say he obviously don't trust Q. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who he leaves in charge of when he goes and lay down. Because, yeah, he still reportedly only have $400 million right now. And after all these lawsuits and judgments and all of that, he going to have still at least 25 to 50 million once everything's said and done. And that's still a big fortune to look over and, you know, to watch over. So it's going to be interesting to see who he leaves in charge of that. Would be my only take. And, yeah, Diddy sons, y'all need to leave LA. Y'all need to go to Utah or somewhere. Go somewhere and hide until your daddy get these legal problems over. Well, yeah, y'all be all right. Because 2 of y'all going to be in jail by Christmas as well. Definitely you, Christian, because you think you too tough.
Okay, so, God, it seems like every week there's more lawsuits or new lawsuits. Last week, another lawsuit came out where Diddy was accused by a 17-year-old and a 10-year-old, one of which was trying out for the making of the band, and he claims that he was assaulted. Did you see that? And do you have any opinions about more and more young men coming forward?
Yeah. Man. Well, I think that I don't know about the 17-year-old. That's one-on-one. Or the 16-year-old. You said 17. I think I heard 16, but you normally right. But I don't know about that particular victim because that's going to be one-on-one and, you know. But that 10-year-old one, y'all, he done laid out about 2 or 3 people that was involved in that. I think he laid out a bodyguard. And this is 2003, y'all. 2003, 2000, man, it's getting close to Gene Deal time, y'all. It's getting close to those days, y'all. But I ain't saying it, but it's getting close, y'all. He definitely got to know who this particular bodyguard is. Now, this young guy, a young man, I guess he's a young man now, but he was a boy then. He said that he flew across town with a talent agent, right? That had a relationship with Diddy to get him in a meeting. To meet with Diddy, a 10-year-old, a talent agent. That person right there, whoever that person is, definitely will be before the grand jury within a week or 2. Because they want to know, did this happen? Did you fly across the state and take him and y'all have a meeting with Diddy? A victim like that, y'all, whew, game changer, y'all. And there's too many people that's not connected to Puffy, which I believe if that talent agent did that and brought him and left him in a room alone and all of that, if that all come out to be true, and this kid can show that he been having some type of psychological issues and substance issues now, and things like that. Y'all gotta just stop defending Diddy, y'all. Those are the few of y'all that's in the comment section. Why you always talking about Diddy? This channel, I remember y'all used to say all I talked about was Snoop. All I talked about was Suge. All I talked about was Death Row business. Now I'm talking about something different. All you talk about is Diddy. No, I talk about whatever gonna get us some motherfucking views and whatever the hot topic is. Okay, motherfuckers? So before you waste your time typing that, if you don't like it, check the motherfucking off. I don't make you click on Bomb First channel when you see Reggie Wright face. All right, back to reality. So my only point is, y'all, that victim could be damaging. That person that transported him and brought him over there, I hope like hell it ain't KK, but that person gonna be damaging to Diddy. The bodyguards that they are naming now, you notice on both of those complaints, they all said a bodyguard took and locked them in a room, and I even think one of the persons got dismissed from the making of the band show because they didn't want to get down with the bodyguard. Sick shit, y'all. Sick shit. Male on male. Okay, I said I ain't gonna say that no more. Male on male with a kid, that's a kid, is some sick shit, y'all. I'm sorry, it's sick. And if any of these things are true, I'm just glad there's other people now that's involved in their naming so the grand jury can investigate and talk to these people and bring these people in. Because everybody ain't gonna protect Diddy. And that will be what I see, what I think. I'm just waiting for December, y'all. I may even push it back to before Thanksgiving, y'all. Because it's going to be a lot of people in that New York jail. And there's going to be a lot of people going before the grand jury. As y'all know, y'all see it's still going on. I know a lot of people are like, there's only one victim. I told y'all, that was just to get that predator off the streets so he can stop threatening and doing all of these particular things. I still stand by my bail schedule comments that Puffy or Diddy should only have a bail that one alleged victim has for that accusation. But once you get all the alleged victims, it appears going to be coming forward. I think we up to what, 23, 25 lawsuits now? Might be even a little more. I don't know. I don't keep up. But all I'm worried about is the kids and the ones that have been showing that they've been seeking psychological help and the ones that's on tapes that just found out what had happened to them. All the ones that's coming out, even this 17-year-old young man, I wish he would have came forward a little sooner. I understand kids believe that. And I don't understand it. I know a lot of people don't understand why. Oh, I'm going to kill your parents. I'm going to kill your parents. I have never been threatened like that, so I don't know. But I have heard that a lot when people say, when you make threats that you're going to do act of violence to their mother or their father, that kids shut down. I can't speak on that to talk negative on that because that has never happened to me. But that makes me go, when I hear people say that. That's why they didn't come forward. Out of fear that something was going to happen to their parents and stuff. But it's obviously a true thing that goes on to people because we have heard it a lot of times. So I guess I have to give people that's the reason why they don't come forward a pass, because it's not just one or two people that says that. A lot of the females that over here in Von First been on my case because they felt like I've been coming down hard on victims that don't come forward. I might have to walk that back a little bit because, yeah, you're right. I've never been victimized like that, so I don't know how that act or how the person deals with stuff like that, that traumatize them that way. And I may be coming a little bit too hard. But my only point is, I believe at some time, other than when a new law come out that says you can file, you can file back on the cases that they outside the statute, that we thought was outside of the statute of limitation. And now that you have attorneys that putting up 1-800 numbers and all of that, now that you all of a sudden got enough guts to come out and testify or make the claims now, I just find that a little suspicious. But okay, that's Reggie Wright's opinion. It don't make it right, and so I'll walk those back. Apologize to any victims that or people that were not even his victims, that were in other similar situations, because some ladies have expressed that in the comment section over here, that it took them a while to come forward. So I apologize for offending you guys, but really think about it. Do you believe all of the people were victimized like they're alleging to be? I believe there's some. I just don't believe it's as many that's been reported.
Okay, Reggie, I saw an article, and maybe you have more information on this, or you can kind of fill me in on. Apparently there were raids at the detention center that Diddy is housed at right now. Did you see this, and do you have any information about it?
Well, I just have common sense. I know when the government come in and do raids like that from not within the agency, not that the warden gave, that the bosses from administration come down and raid something like that. There's reports of a lot of corruption going on within that facility and that particular detention center. But breaking fucking news, y'all. I know think of the Olympics, y'all. Think of the Olympics. Y'all already see in LA what's going to happen in 2027, right before the Olympics in 2028. Man, y'all ain't gonna see a homeless motherfucker around. They gonna come in and clean up the city. Man, they gonna come and clean up every transit in the city of Inglewood and around the Coliseum or whatever vineyards they're gonna be. Man, it ain't gonna be nothing but no graffiti. Man, a gang member walk with a red rag or a blue rag there. They're gonna clean up that area. Okay, what the fuck that got to do with the detention center? They cleaning that motherfucking detention center up because a lot of A-list celebrities about to be going in there. Is why they doing that. And they want to show how they've been cleaning up this facility and getting it ready, so all these high-power attorneys gonna be coming in there. It's dangerous in there. It's dirty, it's weapons. Well, then if something do happen to one of them, they can say, well, we tried. We went and did raids and we got X amount of knives out and this, and they're gonna do it one more time. A week before they do the raids again, trust me, that's when those A-list celebrities gonna start getting arrested. But that's why they doing that, y'all. They got motherfuckers getting killed in jail. They know it got cell phones and shit. You can go to YouTube and find who has a cell phone in their goddamn cell because they talking on them. And you don't hear no beeps, right? So they know motherfuckers got cell phones and knives and guards fucking on. They know they got all of those problems. But what they do is stuff for perception. And the perception is, we got to clean this up. So when people go and make their claims, we can say, well, we did this, we did that. We tried to do this. We tried. Your Honor, we did raids. We've been doing this. That's why they doing that. That's the only reason they did that. They done raided probably about two. You think that particular unit that went and did that raid, they only do it once a year? No, they do it once a week at institutions all over the United States. But the reason why we know about that one, It's because they getting it ready. They getting it ready for all the A-list celebrities that about to come running through their prison. That's gonna have to be turning themselves in. So when their attorneys get up and start hollering, it's dangerous in there, their life and this and that. So they don't want to hear all of that. Because the judge going to say, well, yeah, that's what happened in prison. But the main reason why you do it, because it's one of them motherfuckers happen. You know, just think if I don't know. I don't even want to throw out no names. I think it's so unfair when we throw out names. But just think, if something happened to one of those celebrities in there and they hadn't done anything to try to clean up the prisons or show that they attempted to clean up the prisons, what type of lawsuits would be going on? And so that's why I believe that they did those raids in New York at the detention center. And I believe they're going to do it one more time. They're going to do one more sweep. It'll be happening right before they're about to start loading that jail up. Because trust me, trust Reggie motherfucking Wright when I say it's going to be about 8 to 10 celebrities getting arrested before Christmas time. And we're going to be like, whoa. Cat Williams said 2024, right? I guess he was right. Peace bomb first.
Okay, Reggie. I wanted to ask you: did you see where Ray J went live with Nicki Minaj on Instagram? And if so, did you have any comments about anything that they spoke about?
Well, you know, at first you'll be like, "Damn, Nicki is trolling, or she dissing the heck out of Ray J." But then as I looked at it more, I was like, Ray J just trying to promote his news channel. Because if y'all don't know, Ray J got a news channel that he's been promoting and doing a great job. You know, he got his little TV network, and I guess he's going to be the face of it with a news channel. And so, hey, shout out to Ray J. Hope that works out for him. But I was getting mad at him because I thought it was real for a while. And she was dissing the heck out of him and calling herself a barb. Now, I know my wife, I always tease her and say she's a beehive, you know, because I always tell you how she loved Beyonce, right? So it's cool for a female to call themselves a barb or a beehive or all of that. Or, you know, the Swifties and all of that. Well, I never heard a guy call himself a barb. And so I was mad at him, right? Then I kept watching and watching. And I was like, okay, Ray J and Nicki is marketing in the hell. And they doing a great job. They know a regular conversation, they wouldn't went viral. And so they just out there trolling us and getting, you know, he just know Nicki has a lot of followers and he just getting people, you know, to tune in on his news channel. So I was glad once, you know, things kicked in for me to look at it that way. So I'm hoping, and the only reason I'm talking about this and bringing this up is because I'm hoping y'all catch this and y'all caught this. John, great player right now, so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
Are you coming out of the closet?
No, no. I was just
When?
talking.
When will you?
I can't.
Huh?
I can't. If there's nothing in the closet, I can't come out with it. But shout out to the agency. I do have a agency.
The
The
what?
agency. It's a full-on agency that focuses on LGBTQI plus talent. We've been in business for like 2 years. But I do have the agency, but I don't indulge. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the agency.
Let me ask you something, Reggie. What do you
Okay.
what do you think about the undercover community?
I think that if you roll in undercover, right? There's no need to because I think the opportunities are endless if the truth can set you free.
So hopefully y'all see that's all that was going on. That Ray J and Nicki was just trolling, and Ray J was every chance he got was promoting his news channel. But then I watched that, and then I saw an interview he did with Orlando Brown. I think that's his name. Whatever, that fool, that clown. That smoochy guy. Yeah, that guy. Well, and I was like, what the heck going on? Why Ray J let this dude talk to him like that? What? So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Orlando got something on Ray J, or because I don't care how much trolling it is. You don't sit there and let another man troll you about your sexuality to your face. And Orlando did that bull crap. Now, I like what Ray J did because at the beginning of that interview, he was showing us this about money because he was counting the money that he got apparently in cash for that particular interview. But I don't care how much money you're giving me. You're not going to call me and say things that Orlando was saying. Don't know if John will be able to play the video or not. But if John wasn't able to play it, then y'all go over there and check out the interview on Funny Marco's Guy channel with Ray J and Orlando. And y'all see what I'm saying?
We just want to actually enlighten him.
See you, brother. Love the fit, man. Wow, thanks, man. All right, cool.
Of course, man, you know.
So he was just saying,
You've been to the party, you know it's all white, baby. You know it's all white, yeah.
You ain't been in no party.
Yeah, it's all white. Nigga, you playing.
You ain't been in no party.
Dancing, nigga, dancing.
No,
Still
he don't. No, he don't.
Look at me, dancing.
Got you. This is lit.
Who was in the party dancing? Who would it be?
Michael Jackson, that's me.
Never.
You're a liar.
What?
Lying ass nigga. Fucking lying ass nigga. Nigga, I'm Michael, you lying ass nigga. What are you talking about? Where's Nick?
Is this where I protect you?
Liar ass nigga.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is, Ray J, you're a divorced man now. Pick your interviews better. Pick your interviews better. So whoever advising you on these particular interviews, the shit that you've been doing behind the scenes with on the major news stations. Forget the guy's name. What's the two white guys' name? Como and the guy from the UK, John?
Chris Cuomo and Piers Morgan.
Things you've been doing with them, you've been doing a hell of a job. Don't let the comedians or the trolls type interviewers pull your name down. The Nicki one, I totally understand. Get it. Hey, she has a big following, but never refer to yourself as a Barb. I don't know. Maybe I don't follow stuff like that, so maybe men call themselves Barb, but call yourself Ken or something, nigga. Not no goddamn Barbie. Wouldn't let my son ride in my oldest daughter's Barbie car. But y'all know I'm weird like that. Peace.
Okay, an old video surfaced from 2001 when Suge first got out, and he was doing an interview at The Office with BET, and they asked him about, you know, if he were to attend a party and bump into Diddy and Dre, what would his reaction be? I wanted to get your thoughts on this.
Yeah. I took credit for exposing Diddy and his homosexuality, right? I took credit for it like in 2021 or something like that. 2022 when I started saying that. But shit, it looked like Suge Knight was saying that back in 2001 when he got out of prison. I remember being at that interview. I set it up. And hey, he told us right then. So Suge been trying to tell us, him and Tupac been trying to tell us. So I'm going to stop patting myself on the back saying I'm the one that exposed what Diddy was doing, because it's obviously that Suge knew back in 2001 that Diddy was having those type of parties, and because he said it. He said he don't go to those type of parties because I'm a straight guy. Y'all heard what he said. So, yeah, I guess those type of parties were going on back then. I tell you, I didn't know about it. A lot of y'all, when I said Death Row had similar situations like that, y'all got mad when I called them freak-offs. I don't know. That's a new term. Me with you young kids' terms, we never heard of the word freak-offs. That's something new. Some shit I ain't heard since 2023, 2024. So I just thought a freak-off was big old orgy or something like that, the new word. And so, but like I said, death row guys, they had girls around and stuff like that. But I ain't never seen no group sex or nothing like that going on while I was around. And so, yeah, they might have had some girls on girls doing stuff, but the guys that were hung around us, I didn't see any of them joining in or exposing themselves or any of their body parts in front of another man. And so, yeah. So if y'all, for those of y'all that believe I was calling death row incidents back in the 90s freak offs, then y'all totally right. We ain't have no motherfucking freak offs around death row. But yeah, it's obviously Suge knew about those type of parties or heard about them. So shit that he's been saying has been coming back to be true. Y'all remember he said about the egg test? And then we see a particular actress holding up an egg. We got The Rock talking about grapes in his butt and stuff. So, man, I guess I really wasn't as in the industry like I thought I was. I ain't never ever saw no weird shit like that. And glad I haven't.
Speaking of Suge, real quick, Reggie, I know that he has a new lawyer. He spoke about it on the last episode of his podcast months and months ago. And I know he's got, that retrial case coming up. Is there anything you can tell us about his new lawyer, or if you feel like she's going to be the right one for him?
Well, apparently I hit up a few people that knew her. I just found out that she one of my homeboys, not a homeboy, but a dude that I knew growing up in Compton when I was working law enforcement. He was an active Santana Block Crip on this dude named Mondo. And so I just found out that that's Mondo's daughter. So shout out, man. We always talking about rappers and stuff like that that's doing very well in the industry and stuff like that. But man, I'm starting to learn as I research more. There's a lot of people from Compton that are doing very well for themselves. I hear she works or has some little bit of civil works rights with Ben Crump office and stuff like that. And there's a football player that grew up in our neighborhood that worked on CBS Sports Channel, Solomon Wilcox, and then Marcelo Wiley. He does a great job working for Fox and ESPN, and was a good football player. And of course, the Tayshaun Prince and I can't forget the other guy that was the basketball player from Compton that went to Dominguez High. So yeah, we always shouting out the rappers and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people from Compton. Of course, we know about Venus and Serena and them that came from Compton and that's doing well. So I like to hear about people like that, especially young people like that. Of course, the Anthony Anderson, the actor. And so it's a lot of people from Compton that as we learn. One day we're going to do a segment of this about all of the people that's in the industry that's doing stuff, that's positive stuff that came and grew up in the city of Compton. Y'all would be shocked and amazed for a lot of people that came out of the city that's doing very well for themselves. In the city, I have a cousin myself that I'm proud of that's a community activist that's big. Be with all the politicians from Oprah Winfrey to Obama's. I remember when he first bought and told me who the hell Corner Powell was when he was over his campaign, when he was trying to run for president, Leroy Guillory. And so there's a lot of people like that that's come from our community that's doing big things from Compton. So just like to shout it out. But yeah, she's a young lady from Compton. Apparently her father and them doesn't care about that blood and Crip stuff that's trying to help get Suge out. He got a big hearing on the 12th. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be successful just because of how the system is, but at least he's got a shot. And that's all dudes that's in prison want to do, is get a shot to go and try to get out and hopefully be like the Menendez brothers is, right? We've been saying a lot of people been getting out of prison lately because of the overcrowd. Prisons being overcrowded in the state and the federal system. And, yeah, man, I'm one that really believe, don't have no desire to be in a friendship or anything like that. But I do want Suge Knight free from jail. And I think he has been in prison long enough. And so, man, anything that I could do, I would be gladly to do it, but there's nothing I can do to help him get out. But I wish there was. And so I wish her nothing but the best. And yeah, shout out to the young lady for trying to help Suge, however they met. Yeah.
Do you think Suge's podcasting days are over, or do you think he's just taking a hiatus while he focuses on his cases?
I think his podcast is over until he gets good news. He either gonna be an angry black man or a happy black man, one of the two. Hopefully he'll be doing the podcast and he'll be in some studios. But if not, he'll be telling us and giving us update and giving Bomb First some more content. And so either way, it'll be a good day for Bomb First, and it'll be a good day for him because he will either be telling us more stories. Hopefully he'll be able to feel more comfortable to get a little deeper now that he's seen that his appeal was shot down. Or hopefully he'll be home and telling stories and dealing with it the best he can. So that would be my take on that. But no, I don't believe his podcast days is over. But I believe he's just playing it smart, being quiet. Don't want to do anything to mess up his chance of getting out 10 years early. Would be my take.
Okay, Reggie, I have Poetic Flacco on the phone, and I wanted to get both of you guys' take on, obviously last week, Young Thug did a plea deal in his ongoing case to where he got time served, and I believe it was like 15 years probation. I just wanted to get both of you guys' thoughts and reaction, really, to the deal that he took and if you think he made the right move.
All right, before I get started, because I'm about to piss Flacco off, because I've been watching him on his channel, and I totally disagree with the bullshit he's been saying. But I just want to say, for those of y'all don't know who Flacco is, this Poetic Flacco from over there at Adam 22, and he over there with my boys at the Exposure. And I call him the baby academics, but I know that ain't cool. But that dude got a great channel, And if y'all are not over there following him, please go over there and check him out on his channel because he does a great job. But anyway, now that I got my nice things out to say to you, go ahead, Flacco, because you know I'm going to attack your ass.
Man, so the first thing we have to understand, man, is what type of nigga we dealing with. These ain't the niggas from the 70s, the 60s, the 80s. These ain't the niggas with the structures. These the niggas that don't know how to act. These the niggas who is drug addicts, impulsive, animals, and savages, right? So when we're asking, the young thug, take the right route. Obviously, if we're talking about a normal Negro, right? A nigga like Reggie Wright, a nigga like Poetic Flacco, niggas who know how to act, niggas who know how to fall in line, niggas who know how to follow structure, then obviously, right, you get out, you keep your hand out of business, right? Cool. But if we're talking about a nigga like Young Thug, somebody with the name Young Thug, obviously, bro, Young Thug don't know how to follow structure. So if we're saying that Young Thug gets out of jail and Young Thug has to not throw up any type of gang signs, not say any type of gang terminology, keep the gang stuff out of his phone, do 100 hours of community service, right? Do 4 concerts, per year, right? Stay out of Atlanta for 10 years. Do I feel like Young Thug can follow a strict structure for 15 years and not do anything outside of jaywalking? I don't think so, bro. And here's what I think, And, the prosecutors ain't no dummy. They understood what they were doing, right? Like the 20 years backloaded to where if you violate that probation, you go do 20 years. They know what they was doing. They know that niggas like Young Thug can't follow structure. Young Thug is going to get out, and I guarantee you, within 24 months, Thug is going to violate and go back to prison for 15 years or 20 years or 25 years, right? And here's why, and here's the exact point where I think Young Thug is going to get tripped up on. Thug first day out, he's on the phone with T.I. And what do you see around T.I.? Now, they're on the movie set. They're supposed to be around niggas who know how to act. But what do you see? Gun signs going off, bop, 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 Thug hung. Oh my God, right? Yo, you mean to tell me, bro, that Young Thug being around nothing but rats, that Young Thug is able to have conversations with them, and Slime ain't going to be used, Slack ain't going to be used, YSL ain't going to be used in that, right? And in those conversations, Sub will have to reprogram himself, bro. And I don't think 2.5 years is going to reprogram a nigga who's been out here wilding out for 30 years.
You bring up great points, and I would have to. My issue with him is I think he's still a druggie because of what we saw in the courthouse when a nigga that desperate to have somebody slide you drugs right in front of the judge, the jury, and cops. Then you do have a drug problem when you're that desperate. I hope but I have also noticed Young Thug has picked up about 50 to 60 pounds since he's been in there. And usually that's when guys pick up weight, other than me and you, we just drink and eat a lot. But most guys pick up weight when they get off drugs, right? So they give you a sign that maybe he might have kicked that habit after that particular thing happened. Now, I know that those conditions are very, very strict. What I mean by that is, the lyrics in the song, which if I was him, I wouldn't put out anything without the probation or the DA or whoever supervising this conditions, release. I know you can blame a lot of stuff on AI, which I'll be blaming. Oh, hey, that was AI. That wasn't me. But he better do that. I hope he beat the drug thing. Or if not, hurry up and put in like OJ did, where he said, fuck Vegas, I'm going to Florida, where he go to a town where you got medical marijuana, because at minimum, he gonna have to be smoking some weed, right? Where he can get a medical marijuana card and be able to at least smoke that. So I get your concerns about that. I know my boy Suge Knight, he couldn't even stay off on a joint suspension. I think he only did, from about the time he finally pled, I think within 2 years they got him on a 9-year tail. And that's what Flacco was alluding to, that I think he got like a joint suspension. It's probably called something different than in Atlanta, but it's basically a joint suspension where it's like, if you fuck up, you don't get to go before a jury. You don't get to go before your peers. You just go before a judge, and they do what we call a PV hearing, which is a probation violation. And what he can go back up to 35 years, Flacco, or 25 years or something like that?
Right. So for example, if he doesn't, if let's say like if he breaks like the probation
violation
in the first year, I think is 20 years backloaded, right?
Yeah.
But like I think if he completes, let's say this, if he does 2 years clean, then he does 18 years like backloaded, right?
Yeah.
And then if he just like gets done the entire 15 years, and then the 20 years like backloaded is done.
Yeah, so that's a major gamble. Young Thug is going to be the hottest rapper. He's hotter than Drake and Kendrick right now, in my opinion.
No.
He's going to be. He's not yet right now, but when he walks out of that cell and his first album, why the fuck you think Snoop Dogg album did so well? Why do you think Tupac album did so well? People love niggas to get out of jail. They love when they get out of jail and beat cases and stuff like that. Young Thug is going to be the hottest act. His album going to be the most anticipated. Fucking Dre and Snoop album, that shit that coming out, which is Booty, is whack. That's the wackest song I ever heard. Don't know what the fuck y'all was thinking about. But when his album come out, he killing all that anticipation. All of it.
No, listen. Probably in your time, when being stand up, right? When the public was brainwashed, right? When hip hop fans were brainwashed and put under this psyop that somebody going to jail for killing somebody's brother, uncle, daddy, and coming out after not telling who did it and giving the family justice. Probably when the psyop that was what a real one was, right?
Yeah.
In the 90s, that's when, they would have
So
probably.
you think y'all look up more to the Little Woodies and the 6ix9ines than the Tupacs and the Snoops? You saying that's what y'all hear like more?
I'm saying, right, yo, in 2024, hip hop fans ain't under that psyop anymore. We now understand the stand-up ones are the ones who go to that courtroom, hit that stand after eating some cheddar puffs and a Diet Coke, and let them white folks know who the nigga was that killed somebody's daddy, brothers, and uncles. I'm saying, bruh, hey, listen, it's no coincidence, right, that Gunna got out and he became hotter.
Yeah.
It's no coincidence that Gunna and Young Thug, because again, we forgot now, Gunna and Young Thug dropped an album a week apart. One album is platinum and one album ain't even gold yet. Why?
Because Gunna got out. Because Gunna got out. Like I said, Thug getting out, he's gonna, man, you watch. I'm gonna bring you back on this show when his first album drop.
Hey, question, right?
Okay.
Right? So look, does this sound like somebody who's reformed? Real plea deal, Jack. Wham! Let's drop one of these rap Peter. Now, Wham is Lil Baby. So Young Thug tweeted, Wham, Lil Baby, let's drop one on these raps Peter. Does that sound like a reformed Negro who's about to stay out of trouble?
Yeah, I agree that you need to get with somebody and they need to go and talk to that probation officer and find out what can we do, what we can't do, because this is how we make money and this is how we talk shit. I do hope somebody's smart enough. I hear my boy Wack 100 said he has a manager that's good in the game, a female manager. I hope she's still got enough control, or there's someone in his life that he respects enough, because they need to go down there and talk to that probation officer. I do agree with you on that and find out what they can and can't do.
Listen, right, quiet as kept, Hey, listen, I ain't trying to put out the exact names, right? Because people love to call me a snitch, yo.
Yeah.
Bruh, quiet as kept, yo. Young Thug was trying to call him from prison. Right? So, like, Thug ain't learned a goddamn thing, right? So, like, bro, if Young Thug was bold enough to try to call some hits in prison, what do you feel like Thug is about to do right now? We're talking about, hey, yo, let's drop one on these rap Peter. You think that song is what? About to be about like how like he left his mom, his kids, he's out, he's free, he's reformed, he's a Christian now? No, bro. It's about to be.
Well, and I'm not saying he should do that. I'm not saying he should do that. I just think, well, I know when y'all jumped on my butt when I heard something. I even heard an interview you did recently where he said he can't promote YSL. And I was like, that's what I was saying. He got to change his name. The nigga, how can you not say YSL is the label that pays, man, or whatever? You know, I know I took that from Del Fro, but I'm just saying, how you can't even promote his label? He got to change that name if he can't even say that word. And that's all I was saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, too, though, I'll be real. What I've been hearing is, so if you know, there's this guy called David Quinn. Now, David Quinn is a very famous, detective, right? He was on First 48 for a lot of years. He's very credible, very credible.
Okay.
Now, David Quinn has been going around saying, hey, back in the day, it was off record. Sub was just a young, dumb nigga, around the way. We was trying to solve a homicide. We pulled Thug into the back of our squad car, you feel me? And got something off the record that led us to be on the right track to solve a murder. So I'm saying, bruh,
poetic.
Thug getting out, it ain't gonna be peaches and roses now.
Poetic. People know, anybody that's over here on Bomb First know that I say all these niggas get down at one time. I can't tell a story. So they all have gotten down one time. I was talking about what you're doing right now when the spotlight is on you. I don't think he'll be able to do that. And what is his real relationship? What do you think because I don't follow it enough. I just got into Little Woody in the last 6 months. How does he really feel about Little Woody?
Hey, look, right? Hey, listen. So with Woody, right? So one, he don't fuck with Woody, right?
Okay.
Woody, listen, because he not just told, bro. Woody, like, then there's spearheaded this investigation. Yo, there's like interrogation room footage where Woody is like telling them, hey, yo, Thug about to do this, like 7 years ago, right? Like, and then listen, quiet as kept. And here's what really like flipped through the entire trial that folks ain't really hold on. The murder of YFN Nunn is the big motivation for Fannie Willis bringing this entire RICO on everybody. Who killed YFN Nunn? It was well known all around Atlanta that YSL Woody is who killed YFN Nunn. Now, here's what's been going on though. YSL Woody was in the interrogation room talking about, man, bro, y'all gotta arrest these dudes, man, and get them off the streets, yo. Because people think that I killed YFN Nunn, and now they coming after me and my family. Me and my girl was at the grocery store, and they try to get up on us, bro. Y'all gotta arrest these people. And the main motivation by YSL Woody, if you look at those tapes, was he was more interested in snitching on Thug and them to get the police to identify somebody who killed YFN Nunn. Because according to Woody in the tapes, if the police picked up somebody for YFN Nunn's murder, then the streets won't think that he did it. So, again, what did YSL Woody do? He told the police, hey, I was with Thug. Thug took me to Hearst Rental. We rented out a vehicle and dropped it off to Yak Gotti and two other men, and those men went ahead and killed YFN Nunn. Thug, right, like this entire, this big RICO was spearheaded and expedited because of that YFN Nunn murder. So Thug despises Woody because Woody, allegedly, was the one who killed YFN Nunn, and to save his ass, he told the police that Thug, Yak Gotti, and two other men did it.
Gotcha. Well, one thing about Little Woody marketed himself well, boy, because I done grown to like you. I don't get into the snitch thing. I'm kind of with you on that, where I hate rats, I'll be honest, but I understand them now. I can tolerate them, and so I understand how they market themselves, but I can watch him. I watch him on the dating game shows that he do, and he's doing a great job. My question to you is, with him and Charleston White, what do you really, really think? Are they trolling each other now, or do you think they really got beef?
No, listen, and they really got beef. But here's the thing, though. I think Charleston White is the most dangerous man in America, and I think no street nigga can go to war with Charleston White. But, and because I think that highly of Charleston White, you're about to hear, exactly how dangerous YSL Woody is, right? Based on that statement of, I think Charleston White is the most dangerous man in America, but I don't think Charleston White want war with YSL Woody. Because Charleston White, that entire character is who YSL Woody really is. The character of, I will shoot you and kill you, but also put you in jail. Charleston White is the ultimate street dude because Charleston White understands the rules of the streets more than anybody else. The rules of the streets ain't no snitching. Hey, no, bro, like no kids and women. No, those aren't the rules of the streets. The rules of the streets is survival. Do what you gotta do to survive. Meaning, hey, if you in the streets and some young, dumb, rambunctious savages take over the block, if your op getting too rich, if your 1 year they pull up in a Benz, the next year they pull up in a Rolls Royce, the next year they pull up in a Bugatti, and you can't keep up, what do you do, bro? You pick up that phone, you call the police and leave a tip and say, hey, bro, that's the trap house right there. They got this going on, and you get the operation shut down. The rules of the streets was always survive, right? Do what you got to do to survive. So Charleston White saying, hey, yo, I will shoot you because I have to shoot you and kill you to survive. But if you shoot back, I'm telling on you. Why? Because you are dumb enough to abide under structure that restricts you from telling. So Charleston White and that entire character of I'm the gangster who gonna rap, why is no Woody is the real version of that? Why is no Woody got bodies? Why is no Woody is the enforcer? Why is no Woody is the one with the street credibility? So Charleston White is dangerous to the average street dude because the average street dude ain't willing to do what Charleston White is willing to do. But why is so Woody is? Which is why I think, right, like, you know, yes, they're beefing, but you would never see Charleston White go to
He talked about the man kids. That's the worst you can do.
Listen, sure, right? Sure. But do I feel like Charleston White will come to the West Coast like Charleston White did and come to a boxing match and diss Nipsey Hussle? And then Nipsey Hussle's homie say, hey, bro, keep his name out your mouth, and then he pepper sprayed him? Do I feel like Charleston White would ever play with Woody like that? But come to Woody's environment and play with him in his environment? Hell nah.
So now in your mind, Atlanta dudes are tougher than West Coast dudes. You said enough.
hey, wait though. No, but though, when you have somebody who is at the fight, I think it was like the fight that like W Flame, right?
Yeah, I think it was at the Olympics or something like that. The Olympic Auditorium or something. Yeah.
I think so, but it was when like Flame fought like for got right, but like it was.
I mean, you can run across certain. It's busters and no disrespect to Atlanta dudes because it's gangsters over there, but it's busters, and he just ran across the right niggas from LA gangs. I think that particular day. Cause you pulled some pepper spray. You pulled some pepper spray out with niggas when I was out there running and hanging around. You would have got shot.
Wait. Wait though. But again though, it's been too many instances. Cause remember,
that's true,
right? Yeah. When he was in Miami, and one dude who again was a West Coast gang member said, "What's all that shit you be talking?" And Charleston White squared up with him. Pulled out the spray and pepper sprayed him, and he said, "Oh, yo, bro, like I couldn't do nothing, man. He the police." Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy, right? Who we know roll with all blood members, right?
Yeah.
Right? He's again. Soldier Boy is a big blood, and he pulled up on Charleston White like one that smoked, and Charleston White violated him, and nothing happened to him, bro. So Charleston White right now is the boogeyman for all street niggas.
Alright.
The only street nigga is Why So Woody.
I gotta give y'all some advice right quick, because y'all know I'm here and I play both sides of the fence. I'll be the first to admit it. If a nigga pepper spray you and you got a gun on him, or he pull it out, this is how you can beat a murderer out, y'all. You smoke his ass right there. And you know why you do it? Because why? Because he took that pepper spray out, said he was going to pepper spray you to the point where you can't get to your gun, and he going to take your gun from you and shoot him, and shoot you with it. You'll beat that case. That next time that nigga go around pepper spraying you niggas or threaten to, remember what Reggie Wright told y'all.